Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. So, quite a number of you have been asking which of these routing guides should you use, and this is the latest one, but honestly it's a lot easier to root it these days because we will still be using TWRP, but we don't have to do the sideload thing anymore. So with this video, I'll be using Windows 10 as well, since the last time when I used Linux, some of you got confused, so it makes it easier for everyone. And I'll kind of start from scratch. So my phone right now is completely unrooted, completely stock. So first thing you're gonna need is an unlocked bootloader. You can get it from this link that I'll have in the description, and then just go here to driver and tools, select Android, and it's the first link here, unlock device bootloader. So just download this. It'll be an APK file, copy it over to your phone, install it and run it, and this will unlock your bootloader, which is needed. And it will also reset all of your data, so make sure to back up like your pictures and stuff like that before running this APK. And once you have that done, next step is to download platform tools. Now these are basically command line tools that we will run to root our phone, and they contain tools like ADB and Fastboot. So since we're on Windows, download one for Windows, scroll all the way down, download it, and it'll be a zip file here. So once you extract the zip file, so right click on the zip file, then click extract here, wherever it is. So you'll see an ADB exe and a Fastboot exe. Now we will only really be using the Fastboot one. Now next we will need to download a TWP Recovery. Now you don't have to install this one, but we will be using it to install root, like we'll be booting it into it temporarily. So if you're using Android 9, download this one, and if you want to install TWRP, download this one as well. If you're using Android 10, download this one, and if you want to install TWP Permanently, download this file as well. For Android 10, it's not really recommended to install it permanently because it makes it harder to update to the next beta. But since I'm on Android 9, I will download this file here and this file here. And I'll show you both ways. If you don't want to install TWRP permanently, I'll show you how to do that first, and then I'll show you how to install TWRP as well and keep root. So just download these two files if you're following this tutorial for Android 9, and then for magisk, what you'll want is to download the latest stable one and the latest magisk manager as well. So just two files here as well. So once you got those installed, we'll open this platform tools in a new window to make it easier for ourselves. Go to where you installed TWRP. Now I installed it here, and you're just going to copy either the Pi image or the Q image. So Android 9 will be this one. This is the one that we're going to be using. So just copy it inside here where you have Fastboot, all that kind of stuff. And then the rest of the stuff, so I'll create a new folder on my desktop here. So this will be like copy to phone. So on this one we will need to copy the installer, which is just this file here. And we will also need to copy the magisk stable and the magisk manager. And so the magisk manager is just an APK. So just copy that. And then the magisk's stable will be magisk version 20.3.zip file. So copy that into this file as well. And now what you want to do is grab your phone and connect to it. Now in this case, because a lot of people had issues with Fastboot not detecting your phone, so here's a few things you can do to help you minimize that chance. If you're using one of these fans or whatever, just unplug it, because this is essentially a USB hub for your phone, and just plug it straight in. Also, another thing is if you're using the Asus cable that came with the box, this actually doesn't work for Fastboot, and I'll show you that in a bit. So I'm actually just using a standard kind of USB-C cable, and then where is the fat USB on this end, and this is just the 1+ charger, but you can use whatever cable you want. So just copy it over. So just connect your phone to the side port here, and then this message will pop up. Allow for file transfer. Click yes. And then if we head over to our PC, we should see your phone here on the side settings, or on the side bar. If you don't see it, go into my PC, and then you should see it here as well. So just double click that, and then just go into your downloads folder, and where we had the folder copy to phone, copy it over to the phone. And so it should be fairly quick because it's not too much data. Then just double click on that to make sure. So we have the magisk, the zip file, magisk manager, and optionally the TWRP installer. Now I put this in here because I'll be showing you how to install TWP permanently as well. But if you don't want it, you don't have to put this in here. Once you copied over the files, you can just disconnect this. Open up your file manager, so you can just search for it. And then go into your downloads folder, and then copy to phone, click on that, or open it. And the magisk manager APK, we want to install that, so just click on that, install, and then open. And then there we go. As you can see, magisk is not installed, so that means we don't have root yet. So what you want to do now is shut off your phone. So power off. Once it's powered off, to get into Fastboot mode, you want to hold down this power button and hold down the volume up key at the same time. So just press them and keep holding them until you get into this screen, and you can use the volume keys to go up and down, but we'll just leave it like this. And then connect the USB port at the side here, so the black port here. And then if we go back to our PC, where we have platform tools, where we copied over our magisk image, what you want to do is hold down Shift key on your keyboard and press right click. And you should see an open command prompt here, or open PowerShell. So PowerShell is preferred, but I'll show you that's exactly the same thing with command prompt. So this command prompt, this is PowerShell, or PowerShell, I mean. And so to check that our phone is connected properly, what we want to do is run fastboot. So PowerShell, you can type in fastboot and then press the tab key, which will autocomplete. Then we want to type in devices. And as you can see, my phone here is visible, and inside CMD, so this is like if you're using Windows 7 or something, you can do the same thing. So fast boot, and then once you type that out, you could just press tab key and then CMD will finish it off. Then devices, and as you can see, we have it here as well, so it's exactly the same thing. Some people were wondering that PowerShell is a little bit different than CMD, but no, it's like pretty much exactly the same thing. And another thing that I wanted to show you is if you're using Asus's standard cable, so I'll plug it into my computer now, and then plug it in. And if we go back and we run the same command here, so you can just press the up arrow on your keyboard and you'll see that there is no output. Now this is this because Asus is kind of, you know, sneaky fuckers, and I guess they don't want you to be flashing stuff, so I don't know what they did to their cable, but it doesn't work for Fastboot. So make sure you're using a cable that didn't come with your phone, basically. So you can get these from the shop, like fairly cheap these days. And so we'll go back here and I'll just use CMD, since I think most people will be on this, but if you don't have the CMD option, then you know. So anyway, what we want to do now is boot into the TWRP image here. So just type in TWRP and then press tab and it should auto-complete. And if you're on Android 10, you want to boot from this image, so it'll be TWRP Q and then whatever after that. But since we're on Android 9 in this case, we'll just use this one, so just tap that. And then your phone should restart. And then just leave it do its thing until it gets into Fastboot, or gets into TWRP, I mean. And there we go. Now, if you can actually disconnect from your computer now, since we don't need it anymore. If you get this message here, that means you need to enter your lock screen password. So for me, I have a PIN set up, so I'll just type that in. Then once you typed in your PIN correctly, it should bring you to the main menu. Alright, so from here, it's asking you, do you want to keep the system read only? Since we're only modifying the boot partition, we can just click keep read only. And now, so in the first case, I'll only install magisk without installing TWP permanently. So just go up here, go into your downloads folder, go into your copy to phone folder, and here you'll see the magisk. So just click on that and then confirm to swipe or swipe to flash. And then it'll go through installing root on your phone. Alright, and so once that's done, you can just click Reboot System. Alright, and now go back into your magisk manager again. Alright, so I'm just gonna close this because I think my phone has this issue connecting to the internet. Okay, well there we go. And as you can see, we have magisk now installed, so that means we have root access. And you can do a safety net check if you want. And as you can see, safety net check passed successfully, so we can use Google Pay and stuff like that. So now, if all you wanted was just root, you can end the video here. Congratulations, you have it. And now for next part, if you want to install TWP permanently and root as well, I'll show you how that's done. So you just turn off your phone here, power off again, and we'll be going back into magisk or into TWRP. So hold down the power button and the volume up key at the same time until you get to Fastboot. Stick your cable inside. And then we just want to boot back into the TWRP, so just press the up arrow key on your keyboard, press enter, and then your phone should start booting back in. And there we go. Once again, we're inside TWRP. Now, if you don't have a lock screen password set, it won't ask you for anything. You'll just be launched to the main menu straight away. Alright, so now that we have TWRP, so now we want to install TWRP permanently. First, you want to click on TWRP installer. And this one is the same installer for both Android 9 and 10, so that's grand. And then you want to click on add more zips and click on magisk. So we'll be installing TWRP and then we'll be installing magisk. So swipe to confirm flash. And first you'll see the TWRP installer running. So it's going to patch the boot image. And then the magisk installer is going to be running. And there we go. So if we reboot the system, now if we go back into magisk, we can see that magisk is installed, so we have root access, and we can check the safety net. And as you can see there for a brief second, I don't know why magisk just closes itself. Yeah, there you go. So safety net is very good. And now if you want to, sorry about that. If you want to reboot into TWRP because we have it installed permanently now, a nice short way of doing it is if you go into magisk modules, click here and reboot to recovery. So once you click that, you'll be rebooted into the TWRP. And another way to do it is if you just shut off your phone. And then if we do the same thing again and boot up into Fastboot, and then we can use the arrow keys or the volume keys to select recovery mode. Since TWRP is custom recovery, this will launch TWRP once you press the power button. And there we go. So now we are inside TWRP without needing to use our computer basically. So that is very handy. From here on you can do backup, so you can like back up your boot partition or whatever, like so. Then great. And then if you, I don't know, lose access or something, lose root access, you can boot up back into TWRP. Then you can go to restore, select your boot partition, swipe to restore, and then you should have TWRP and root again or something like that, you know. And then with TWRP you can also flash a custom kernel. Now I don't have one here at the moment, but there is one out on XDA. I made a video about it earlier on, so you can do that. And so yeah, that's it there. So this is a much easier way of installing root on your phone than the previous videos I made. So hopefully it cleared up some issues people had with Fastboot not detecting your phone. So use like a non-Asus supplied cable, and then if you still have issues, try like reinserting the cable, you know. Sometimes the phone doesn't like mount properly or something, you know. And so yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.